Shalom. Kol halalim la Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to the prophets of that body, and shalom to the 144,001 third. May peace and blessings and the spirit of endurance be upon you and your households as we approach the end. And Lord willing, sooner rather than later. All right? Because I'm sick to death of this freaking place, Esau's world. We know it's ending. We're right at the end. We're right at the door, you know? But it's like a bandage. Do you want that bandage ripped off slowly, or do you want it ripped off fast? You know? You just want to, you just want to get into the thick of it, because the other side of that hell that we got to go through, the Lord is with us, right? Is after going through that straight gate, we got the kingdom. And in the kingdom, it's like sigh of relief, you know, forever happiness, you know, all your issues and qualms and worries and pains just faded away, you know. And as priest Kazaki Allah would say, GMS Mississippi, you know, say thank you to the Lord, man. Say Tawada Yahweh Hashem Mashah for blessing you to be an Israelite, you know. You've got to say thank you, and you've got to say thank you for this truth that the Lord has given you and his name. But nevertheless, at this moment in time, we've got to get through the straight gate. And I was reading 2 Kings chapter 6. I'm on 2 Kings right now, and it's good to read. And obviously with, because blessed is he that readeth, right? So, okay, I'm going to read 2 verses here. Then I'm going to go to Google AI, where it sort of breaks it down what the scenario is with the particular verses, okay? Because instead of reading the whole chapter, because the whole chapter is 33 verses. And and by the way, also Shabbat Shalom and Shalom Babakar. It's a double Sabbath, then a Sunday to Monday, Monday to Tuesday. All right. The new Sabbath starting today, obviously, here in the UK will be Monday, the 13th of July in the evening to Tuesday evening, the 14th. All right. Obviously, different time zones, you go according to your sundown time. All right. But let's go to, okay, Second Kings verse verse 14. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host, and they came by night and compassed the city about. Verse 15. And when the servant of the man of the Most High was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. That's a whole army. All right. And his servant said unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do? Because remember, at that time, a whole host, when the enemy comes in like a flood, will scare the shit of a regular individual. How much more then the horses and chariots? The horses are probably bigger, the chariots are bigger, the men bigger, the swords, weapons gleaming in the sunshine, and it was a fearful sight for individuals. All right, verse 16. And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they, Salakia. And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. Okay? Verse 17. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord Yahweh Shemashai, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord Yahweh Shemashai opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. Okay, the chariots are around us right now. They've always been there from the beginning, from the beginning of the beginning of the beginning. Okay. All right. There is no specific date and time where the Most High was born. The Most High just is the Most High. The Most High just exists. Simple as that. All right. And you'd be a fool to even try and put a timeline on the Most High Yahweh. Okay. But nevertheless, the chariots have always been there. The chariots haven't just come about right now. Oh, we're in modern tech, we're in modern times, and the 21st century, so to speak, right? Or the 20th century. People invented those. No, those chariots are always there. It's the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yashai's technology. Okay, they've always been there. If you look at ancient paintings, what's it called again? Pre-Renaissance, and even after the Renaissance. Okay, even though they whitewashed the art. Okay, pursuant to Second Maccabees 3:48, was it for where the heathen have sought to paint the likeness of their images. Okay, they've whitewashed the art, right? So-called pale wash the art, but they've still used the chariots. Otherwise, if you go to the original paintings, the people are all brown because they're Jake in there, right? The angels are brown, and the chariots are there, silvery and green. Let me just get to Second Maccabees. This Second Maccabees 3:48. I just want to make sure I quoted the right scripture. Please just bear with me a second. 1 second. Sometimes you get that brain fog shit. Esau pumping all the garbage in the air. He trying to eat clean. No, it's not wasn't second. It was First Maccabees 3:40. 1 second. Is it 3:48? 1 second. No, maybe it was 1 second. Is it First Maccabees? First Maccabees 3:48, King James Version. Yeah, Salakia. Yeah, it was the First Maccabees 3:48, not second. It's First Maccabees 3:48, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images. Okay, all right. And what Elisha said, you know, that don't worry about. Basically, summarizing it, what Elisha said was, don't worry about, you know, being compassed by armies and all these people that you see, all these soldiers that you see, all these tough guys that you see, all these warriors that you see, all probably swole and shit, with bows and arrows and swords and shields and helmets on and this, that, and the third, right? Don't get worried, don't get worried, okay? Because, Elisha said that, the Lord is with us, and the way Elisha said it was that through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yashai. Let's read verse 17 again. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yashai opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. Okay, that goes to faith. Hebrews 11 verse 1. Let's go there. Go to Hebrews 11 verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay, all right. When you believe, the Lord is with you, right? You believe it, and when you start believing and the Lord is with you, the Lord will give you those spiritual blessings of sometimes opening up your mind, where you can actually see these chariots. Even during the day, you might see like like the movie Predator, if you've seen it, all right, with Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? When the Predator cloaks himself, cloaking technology, but you can see an image moving around. Sometimes you see like, orbs on the wall moving around. And I believe also, a couple of brothers from Great Millstone in the UK or London have also seen these orbs on the walls moving around. You can see chariots in the sky. You can see like a dark line, a circle within a circle. I can see it right now as I'm looking up in the sky. And there's hundreds, man. There's hundreds. Sometimes they're joined together. Sometimes they're separate, And the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yashai, gives you this belief. Solidifies your belief, because you already believe anyway. You believe that you're protected, okay? Because, when you believe in the Most High, the Lord opens your mind to let you know that, okay, he believes in me, I'm going to show myself to him to a certain degree, so his belief gets even more firmer and firmer and firmer. Okay. But when you believe without seeing, the Lord starts blessing you afterwards. Okay. Hence the reason why a lot of brothers have seen the Lord in visions and dreams. Exactly how the scriptures say: hair of lamb's wool, skin like burnished brass, a white beard, glowing eyes, golden war belt. The Lord Yahushua could be wearing a white garment or a beryl garment, like I've seen. Okay. And Barak Yahushua for blessing me with that vision. Okay, and I'm an Israelite foreigner, so I'm an Israelite that didn't grow up in wacky tacky Christianity, right? My family are from northern India, so I believe from the Persian captivity we were scattered there. All right, so but raised in the UK. Okay, so the Lord gives you these blessings, and then and a lot of the elect are, their belief system is getting solidified even more and more and more, because the Lord is opening their mind up to see these things. You might walk into your kitchen where like I did once, and I'm not bigging myself up, I'm bigging Yahweh Bashim Yashai up, and the Lord's mercy that He's showing Himself to, on these levels. For example, I walked into my kitchen one night, it was pitch black at night, pretty, I don't know, I believe it's at least after 10 p.m. at night, right? The whole kitchen just lit up, like, just the whole, just lit up. You might see an angel on your peripheral. You might see like chariot. Oh yeah, do you remember the GMS testimonial? There was a young lady. I believe she's the wife of a prophet, or she's just the lady is a believer, but her daughter had a dream or a vision saying that the chariots and the angels are everywhere, even in the bathroom. I was seeing that before as well. Okay, and in my bedroom and the other parts of the house and outside. And when the young lady, then the dream, she had the dream of vision and she said it, and it got even more solidified in my mind. Okay, and I know a lot of yous are getting this, you Jakes out there. Okay, so the Lord is doing this, and we read these examples like in 2 Kings 6, okay, where Elisha prayed and opened the young man's mind up, where he could see these chariots and horses, because he got worried by, I believe it's a Syrian army. All right. All right, I believe it's a Syrian army, okay, compassing them about, and and Elisha said, "Don't worry, okay, we got a bigger, we got a more powerful team with us. We got the team of Yahweh Bashim Yashai. We got the angels around us, okay." And when Elisha prayed, and the young man opened his eyes, he could see the chariots, bruv. You understand? From this, just in the heavens, you could see the chariots, okay. Um, where is that? Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. The invisible army and the Syrians. 2 Kings 6 verses 8 to 23. The king of Syria is frustrated because his military plans are constantly exposed to the king of Israel. Suspecting a spy, he is told that Elisha is revealing his secrets. The Syrian army surrounds uh, Elisha's location in Dothan. When Elisha's servant panics, Elisha prays for the servant's eyes to be opened, revealing a mountain full of horses and chariots of fire. Elisha then strikes the Syrian army with blindness and leads them straight into Samaria. Instead of executing them, Elisha instructs the king of Israel to feed them and send them home, resulting in temporary peace. Okay, so the fact remains that you know um, this that's faith. Okay, you got to believe without seeing, and then when you believe without seeing, the Lord will make you see it because you actually believe without seeing. All right. And Elisha had that blessing, and then Elisha, let the young man, put his panic at ease because the Lord Yahweh Shemeshah opened his eyes, right? Uh, because we're coming into a time you're going to have the same kind of faith, all right? Because sometimes, uh, you know, you believe in these things, but when you see those soldiers really come through the door, kicking down your door with the black helmets and weapons and everything, and you're like 5'11", 6 foot, and these guys are 6.5 feet tall, 144, 6.5 feet tall, swole, 20-inch arms and shit, super soldier type, you know, been trained since they were young bucks, all the way till the older men, you know. and they're all been amplified probably with a micro C hip as well. They can do things that your average person can't do. Okay, you got to know that Yahweh Shemeshah is there. All right. 2 Corinthians 4:18. While we look not at the things which are seen, but the things, Salakia, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, like this world, the armies, okay, these so-called tough guys, these enemies of ours. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Okay? We're the real eternals. Okay? The Lord Yahweh Shemeshai has been there, has always been there. Yahweh's always been there. Okay? Yahweh Shemeshai has always been there. Rakti Yahweh Shemeshai 555. Okay? The Lord's always been there. Okay, these chariots have always been there. Okay, they were around you when you were a baby. They were around you when you were growing up. They were around you when you didn't even know you were an Israelite. Okay, they're around you when you woke up. Then, as you started believing and believing and believing, the Lord started opening up your mind even more and more and more. Then you could see these things moving across the wall. So, what is that? What are my eyes following? What is it? What is it? What is it? Then they start opening up more year by year, month by month. Okay, you can start seeing more and more spiritual things. Okay, the Lord is letting you know. You know why the Lord is opening up your door, these spiritual things to you now? Because all hell is about to break loose. So you got to have faith. Okay, you got to have faith. You got to have belief that knowing that the Lord is there. Remember, faith is a substance of things not seen. Okay, all right. Faith is a substance of things. Salakia. Now faith is a substance of things hoped for, but Salakia, I'm excited. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay, that's faith. You got to believe it without seeing. When you believe it without seeing, and you believe, and your belief system is so solid, rock solid. What did the Lord say? You got faith as a grain of a mustard seed. You can move mountains. Okay, when you got that kind of faith, the Lord's going to do things for you, man, and you're going to be good. What about when the enemy comes in like a flood? Isaiah 59 and 19. Is the Lord not going to lift up that standard? You think you're just going to be sitting there with your boxer shorts on in your bedroom and the enemy's kicking down the door? You're just going to be sitting there with your rod in your hand? Nah, you're gonna get that power, man. If the Lord is showing you these spiritual things, and you might have had like small instances and of spiritual power, surge of energy in your dreams and visions, that power is going to come. Are you not seeing the spiritual numbers as well? The 555s, the 144s, the 441s, the 444s, the 333s, the 111s. Are you not seeing those numbers? What do you think they're there for? So you can learn maths? No. We say maths in the UK. I know you guys say math in America. Okay. All right. Everything is done for a reason. All right. Let's go to Hebrews 11 verse 6 as well. I'm trying to. I was reading this morning. I'm thinking to myself, man, that's the kind of faith we gotta have. We gotta know that these chariots are around us constantly. Okay, they're around us. They're stopping bad things. These angels around us that are aligned to us. That are basically each angel is like an officer. He has got a what is this? Was it a task? No, a task. What are these? What do they call them in the UK? No, I mean in the West, an agent has a what the hell's the term? What's that word called? An agent. Yeah, each of these angels have like a mission. Not that they're like regular human beings. Their mission and their job is to look after that specific Jake or that Eve, right? Or that Israelite baby, right? And they're aligned to us. And they've been with us, okay? And they've stopped things happening without you even knowing. You think that, nothing's happening. Do you know how many times you as you get through the day safely, you think, who's doing that? It's Yahweh Shemeshai, okay? Then as your belief system gets solidified, the Lord's going to increase you and increase you and increase you and increase you. As Elder Yasha Wamba would say, one of my favorite teachers again, or priest Yashawamba, or elder Yashawamba would say, right? Glory to glory. You think you're going to be in the same level as you came into the truth, and your faith is not going to get increased, or hell breaks loose? You might go, as we say in the UK, do lally, I mean crazy. Okay, the Lord ain't going to move you that way where you go crazy, man. The Lord's going to, solidified your foundation, and from that foundation, it's going to grow, grow, grow. All right. Hebrews 11 verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please Him. If you don't believe that the Lord is going to cover you, the Lord ain't going to, open up those spiritual doors where you can see these things. All right. If you don't believe in the angels and spiritual power, and the chariots and all that, all right. And no, first and foremost, if you don't believe in Yahweh Bashim Yashai and the angels, and you don't believe that the angels are around you, don't believe in the chariots, that they exist, why do you think the Lord will give you spiritual power? If you don't believe in the Most High power, Yahweh Bashim Yashai, the Lord ain't going to give you no spiritual power, man. Huh? How are you going to fly? How are you going to be like King David, man, break metal, or break, I believe it's a bow of steel, in half. Hebrews 11 verse 6, but without faith it is impossible to please Him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. All right? So Jacob, you don't have to worry, bruv. Okay? You don't have to worry. Okay? Look, man. Look. Let's read this beautiful, beautiful part again, man. All right. 2 Kings, right? Let's just go to verse 17. 2 Kings 6, chapter 6, verse 17, right? And Elisha prayed and said, Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. Round about Elisha, man. Round about. Which means they're around you. Your backup is around you. You don't have to worry about a damn thing. These crackers and all that, they can't do a damn thing. Let them make let them make their move. Like that Mobb Deep song, man. I'm tired. What's that song? Is it? Oh man, I don't even know it's so. It goes back to 96. Yeah, basically, I think the verse goes like this: I'm tired of waiting. Let's get it on. I'm tired of waiting. Let's get it on. How Mobb Deep on that, on that G shit. But we're not into that G shit. But we're into the fact that we're tired of waiting. All right, not tired of waiting. We're patiently, impatiently waiting. If you want to say that, right? Okay, we're still patient though. All right. Basically, right, in a nutshell, we're saying, cracker, or you Edomites, you heathens, whatever, right? Bring it on. You make a move, Yahweh Bashim Mashai is going to make a move. Make a move, please. All right? Let's get to it. Let's get into the thick of it. Crash your economy. Pull out your micro seep out your ass. Start motherfucking CHIPing people, man. Come on, let's do it. Do it, cracker. Do it, Esau Edom. Do it, heathens. Do it. All right? Let your 2/3 line up for this bullshit, man. We want to go home. Because as soon as you make that move, Yahweh Shemashai is going to make that move, man. The Lord controls everything. The right and the left-hand side. Isaiah 45 verse 7. You think the Yahweh Shemashai don't know what you're doing, cracker? Huh? Make a move, devil. All right? Okay, I'm going to paraphrase here again. Let's go to verse 16. 2 Kings 6 and 16. And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than that. Salakia. And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. All right? First and foremost, you're an Israelite. Number 2, you are part of the hopeful elect. Number 3, most importantly, actually, you know what? Let me start again. First and foremost, you're an Israelite. All right? And you got the name of Yahweh Bashim Yashai. And the Lord is supping with you. Brak Yahweh Bashim Yashai 444. Okay? And the Lord is supping with you. Right? And your spirit, your pineal gland is opening up more and more and more. You're seeing spiritual things. You're believing spiritual things. You're seeing spiritual things. Okay? Why? Because the Lord is amplifying you, increasing you. Glory to glory. Then that time's going to come when all hell breaks loose. You're going to be so solidified in your mind, the angels are going to show up probably in your room, outside the house. That power's going to be beamed down, man. You know? You don't have to worry. Okay? Sometimes I feel like going into all my visions and dreams that I've had. Some are little snippets, some are blatant, man. I'll let you one know right now. Okay? I'll give you an example. Um, it was nighttime, right? I was wearing my regular robe that I wear, when I potter around in my room or around the gaff, around the house or whatever. Right? It was nighttime, and I went to the back garden, my back garden, and a chariot came down, right? Shone this light in the location where I was standing, like this, just opening up energy or giving energy or something along those lines, right? And I saw my forearms vibrating like they were getting bigger and stronger. And then from there, I believe I started walking around my house and I was levitating, opening and closing doors like I was practicing or something. You know, these are the kinds of things that the Lord is opening up your mind to. So that power is going to come, man. We're going to need it. Okay, with the weaponry that this devil has, and because they've been blessed with a sword, and on the left hand side they've got their spiritual power, which is their weaponry and their swords. They're going to get busy. Okay, so we're going to need to fly and shoot laser beams out of our eyes, and basically be like a mini Most High or like a Superman. Even Superman's a pussy. You know what I mean? He ain't nothing. Is Yahweh Shai is the real deal, man. Yahweh Shem Shai is the real deal, right? We're gonna be like mini Most Highs, man. And this is even before the great change, before you completely beamed into the chariot and changed. Okay, you're gonna get that power on this side. So believe, Jacob, that power will come. All right. So when an enemy comes in like a flood, remember that. Okay, they are more. Okay, let me read verse 16 again. Fear not, they that be with us are more than they that be with them. All right, so don't worry. Okay, and this is for me as well. All right, all praises, honor, glory, and blessings and power be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yashai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, Mawatha Bad Babal, Kwam Yashwala, Shalom.